Good morning, everybody. It's a bit of a rainy day outside. The girls are working on some salt, but we've got kind of a rainy day, and I've been working on the trailer here. The girls have been supervising every now and then, and what we've done is we're replacing the axle and springs. We're putting in new bolts, nice stainless steel bolts, new springs. I know it's a little difficult to see because the lighting isn't all that great. This is the old axle, and as you can see, show you a little bit here, it's just really old. It has an issue with the seals here on these little bitty hubs, and it's just throwing grease out everywhere. So we've got a new axle, and we're going to replace this old boat trailer axle with this new Ultra-Tow axle, which is right here. So I'll do another video to show you what it looks like when we get done. But we're about halfway finished now. I just got to mount the axle, get it centered, get the hubs on it, and get the wheels on. So I'm sure my supervisors will keep me on task today. So, all right, we'll catch up with you later. Okay, we've got both of the new springs are in, and I've got the axle mounting brackets in. I just have them sitting here. You see the one on the other side there. And I'm just going to lay the axle in there for right now and get it all centered up. That way I know where to put the little brackets that fit over these nuts right here on the bottom. That way it'll be centered. But I'll mark it up, and that way we can get those tapped in. Sometimes they're a little hard to get on, so I might have to hammer them in place. But that way it'll be exactly right, and then I'll be able to mount the hubs. Okay, so let's unpack this axle. My supervisor's checking on me. Right, girl? You making sure I'm doing a good job? Yeah? Okay, give you some more hay probably, right? Okay, so let's get this axle unpacked and we'll see what it looks like when we get it on there. All right, we're moving right along with the installation. The girls are taking it easy. They think I'm doing a good job. I think there was an acorn that fell out of that tree. Anyways, here we have the axle. I've got it in place. I took the castle nut and the cotter pins out of there, and it's got the grease fitting, which is really nice right there. There's also another little hole underneath here somewhere. I'll probably have to grease it up. Yeah, there it is right there. There's a little hole right there, and that'll allow us to grease the axle once we get the hub on there, or at least grease the hub once the hub is attached right there. But I've centered it up, and by the way, Ultra-Tow, man, they put these things in tight, these little cotter pins, because I was trying to take it out of there, you know, between this castle nut, and I was popping it out of there, and I have one casualty. Yep, I thought, yeah, I'll just put a screwdriver in there and pop it out. Well, this is not a very good screwdriver. It is a no brand name, probably something from Harbor Freight. Not that I'm picking on Harbor Freight, but I mean, it's just probably a cheap tool is all I'm saying. I know a lot of people like Harbor Freight, and that's cool, but anyways, what we got here, let me see. Okay, sorry about that. I had to get my measuring tape. So what I did was I measured from the spring right there all the way out to here, and what I've got is 3 5/8 to the middle of that spot right there. And well, 3 1/2. But I'm going to do the same on the other side and make sure that it's exactly right, because I want the tires to be centered underneath these fender wells. And here we have, it's right at 3 1/2. So see, that's really good. That's very close. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not worried about 1/16 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and take a marker, and I'm going to mark down right there where it needs to be. And then that way I can take it back out and put the other little pieces in that will hold it in place. And then I'll have to take these brackets out to get that in there, because the other pieces, these little pieces that fit on those bolts, I can't slide these in with that bracket in the way. So we'll take the axle back out, we'll put these on the axle and remount it, and we should be good to go to put the hubs on it after that. All right. Okay, I know, girl. I'll be done in a little bit, and I'll give you more hay. Okay, guys, we've got all of our brackets in. We got these tightened back down. I slipped the little brackets in here, and I've tightened everything back up, getting it all lined up there. It's the same on the other side now. So we have everything together over there. And now we're going to get the hubs. Actually, first thing I need to do is grease these fittings on each side, and then I'll bring the hubs out and start and get those installed next. Another very important thing I wanted to mention: some people don't have like a registration with their trailer, but I do. If you have a registration, and it might be different in your state, but in North Carolina, we have a registration number. So you're supposed to put it on the axle of the trailer. I've got mine on the tongue and on the axle. I stamped it on there in a very not really noticeable place, but at least it's on there in case the trailer ever gets stolen. It's also in another place that I won't mention because I'd hate for somebody to, you know, be able to remove it. But it's also in a third place that you would really have to know where to look to see it. But that way, if anybody ever steals your trailer, you can identify it later. So anyways, it's important to me. The North Carolina says you just have to put it on one place. But like I said, on my trailer, I've got it in 3 different places. 2 are right here, the tongue and the axle. And I stamped it on that axle too, but that one's out now. So, but anyways, just important, you know, could pay off if you ever find who stole your trailer. All right, anyways, on to the next part. All right, guys, everybody, the girls have kept me busy. And right now, as of right now, we got the hubs on. I got them cleaned up, got them greased really good. And right now we're gonna try to get some, the only thing is, I didn't have a torque, or I didn't have a socket big enough to fit this, the lug nut in there. So it said to torque it to 25 foot-pounds. So I kind of just gave it my best shot. It's not loose. And I mean, the hub doesn't wiggle at all. So I feel pretty good with that. Pretty confident our wheel's gonna fit back on because our aluminum fits. And it's the same on the other side. And because the old axle, the hubs on the other axle kind of exploded on me. These were full of grease. In fact, here, I'll show you. Check this out. That tire is full of grease. And it took me about half a roll of shop towels to clean all that out. But I mean, it's not perfect, but it looks a whole lot better. So anyways, we got this lug on as well. Same thing, everything's sealed up, got the cap on there. And next I might have to jack the trailer up a little more, but I can do that now that I've got all this in place. So we might have to just get it a little higher, and we'll get the tires on and see how she sits. It's looking pretty good so far though. I'm very happy with how things have gone together. And we'll finish up on the next video and see how it looks. Okay, we have completed the work. Now, Blue has, for the most part, approved, and Annabelle has also approved. So now, I'll just show you guys here. We got everything in. New axles down there, looking really good. Everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, and tires are on. The only thing is, the old lugs that I had aren't the same thread size as these, so I just had to use a socket and get those back on there rather than my tire iron. But I'll probably get some lugs that extend out a little further, kind of like the old ones used to do. But these are fine for now. Everything's secure. It's all torqued down. So, but it's looking really good. The trailer's sitting on its own now, and we're gonna go out and do a test drive around the block in about an hour. So everything feels good, and actually it feels a lot more solid now than it did with the old one, because this is a really old trailer axle. This is the old axle right here, and as you can see, I mean, it's getting old, it's rusting, it's kind of got mismatched parts, you know. So I'm not real happy about that. Like I said, I wish these longer lug nuts fit on the new hubs, but they don't. It's okay. But it's just really kind of old and rickety, as you can see. But I'm gonna hang on to it for a while just in case, but I suspect I'll be taking that to metal recycling. Anyways, we're gonna try it out in a little while. I rolled the trailer around. It feels really good. So I'm really excited to get it out on the road and see how it works. So it was a perfect fit. Thank you. Annabelle said good job. So we're looking forward. And actually, Annabelle will be going with me on an errand around 2 o'clock. So I hope to maybe after lunch around noon take it for a test drive, and that'll be about it. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys hanging with us during this axle change out, and we will catch you guys later. Hey girl, yeah, let's go inside and cool off, take a shower maybe. All right, see you guys later.